Hey guys, it's New York Dan. I'm going to make a little bit longer video of this thing. I'm unboxing it. I actually brought this box inside my house. I got a notification from Walmart on my phone that the item had arrived this morning. So I went outside and it was out by the street in front of my house practically. I wanted to get it in before anyone took this. So I'm like, okay, I'll put it in the house. We'll unbox it and see what this thing's about. They shipped it nicely. They packed it in here with some big foam blocks. Let's see what this thing, they gave me a little toolkit. This is what the thing looks like. Okay, I only paid $250 for this at Walmart. They have it on Amazon, believe it or not. Whenever you're buying something on Amazon, take a look at Walmart.com. A lot of times Walmart will have a lower price than Amazon for the same item. Sometimes I have had a problem where I order from Walmart and the order doesn't go through. It processes, and then later what happens is it kicks back and it said supplier could not fulfill the deal. Maybe that's why some of the prices are lower. Depends if they can do it or not. But I was excited today. I'm like a kid in a candy store when this thing arrived. This is like Christmas. Let me tell you. This is so cool. Man. And you know what? A lot of people, I've searched for videos about this bike while I've been waiting for it to come. I wanted to see more about it. And the videos, it's all about, oh, I got a son. I bought this bike for my little son. He's like 5 years old. He's going to ride it. Well, let me tell you guys, this bike ain't for for my son. I don't have a son. This bike is for me. I thought maybe I could ride this at the ocean or something. Look at the off-road tires. That looks pretty good. Now there is a slight problem. It said it had a weight limit of about 165. So this may encourage me to get to the gym. Let's see, does it say anything? Illegal operation of the vehicle can result in severe injury or death. Ouch. Well, adult supervision is always required. So if I'm an adult, I don't have to get someone to supervise me, which is good. Overloading can affect vehicle handling. All right, we'll have to see how this thing handles when I'm riding on it. No one under 13. Operating this bike, if you are under the age of 13, increases your chance of severe injury or death. Never operate this bike if you are under age of 13. Wow. You know, that's something, if you do have a kid or you're looking to buy this for a kid, your kid, this is something to know. Because I've seen guys on YouTube, they buy this and the kid is like freaking like 5 years old. Because it's small enough, I guess, that a kid could sit on this thing. To give you an idea how big this thing is, this is my leg. So my knee comes up just a little bit higher than the seat. Well, I don't have the front tire on yet, so it's up. I think I could fit on this thing. You put the handle. This actually, it's not terrible. I mean, I don't feel like a clown. You know, those like circus clown guys that ride on the little bike. I don't feel totally that like I'm doing something crazy like that. It actually feels a little bit respectable. I just got to put that front wheel on. That will raise it up. Look at the bars too. These handlebars, the way that they come up like that, that's going to raise these things up. Now, I did buy on either Amazon or Walmart, these things that are called handlebar spacers. I have them in my garage. They already came, so I'm ready to go. If this bar is too low, I can raise this up a little by putting a spacer on. It's just like this piece here. It clamps around the bar, but it's a little bit longer before it bolts in. I guess it bolts in right here. I hope they work with this, because the ones I have look like they had 2 bolts. This looks like it just has 1. But the bar does bend up. It's not like my mini cycle. If you look on my channel, I just bought this damn mini cycle for $100, and I thought I was getting a great deal on it. I got it off Facebook Marketplace. Its handlebars are real low. They don't bend up like this. So I haven't even gotten to ride it yet. I've sat on it and it feels doable. The mini bike that I got for $100. But here's the problem. I'm busting on the engine. The guy said it was running when he put it away. And now I got to repair it. It wasn't in a running state. That's probably why I got it I offered the guy a $100 bill. And, I thought the guy was going to give me some blowback on that. But he snatched that bill out of my hand, right out of my hand, as soon as I got it out of my pocket. Before I could even tell him I'm offering you $100 for it, he was taking that bill right out my hand. And he's like, sold. So, yeah, the mini bike, I'm going to put a video. It's actually, when I say mini bike, the other one for $100 is known as a pocket rocket. It's styled like a super cycle. And I already made the video. I just have to upload it. I already edited it. It's ready to go. Maybe tonight I'll get it up on the channel. I've been working on it in my garage. And it's really, the video, at least I'm making content for the channel. The video came out really well, and you can get to see what's inside all this junk. Like, I take the engine all apart. I break it all down, and you can really see how it's made. So I urge you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and there's some kind of notification bell. I'm not quite sure how it works, but if that's on, apparently you'll be notified when I upload the video. Here's the chain, and I can tell you right now, this is a really small chain. It's smaller than a bicycle chain. And it's amazing this even works. It really is. Also, I felt like the tension. Let me tell you, they made this chain really tight. I guess it will wear into the sprocket as you run it. Now, this one here, this almost looks like the engine, the same concept as on my other pocket rocket that I just bought. You'll see when I take it apart. But what this one has, but underneath this little spot here, it has a centrifugal clutch. Now, the bad part is, being that that's vented like that, it's probably going to be a little noisy. You'll see the design on my other one. I think it's built a little bit better. The other one maybe have better quality parts. Possibly. Now, this engine, it looks like it's straight out a leaf blower, off a leaf blower, so to speak. The muffler even has a hole here where it would vent if it were on a piece of yard equipment. Instead, what they do is they vent it for some reason out the front. I guess I've seen older bikes on YouTube where they vent it out here, and I think the problem is, depending upon who's riding it, it may in fact blow exhaust right on your foot. So they vented it right out in the front here. And this isn't even a piece of pipe. There's actually I can put my finger under it. It's just a deflector. It's open in the bottom. And this is made out of metal. And it's got a clamp. Now, I can probably take that off and put my own exhaust on. I'm going to customize this bike. I'm going to get an exhaust. I'm going to bend it over, probably run it underneath here if there's enough clearance with the tire on. and I'm going to put on a whole exhaust system. I have two other small mini bike mufflers that I bought on eBay. I'm going to show you those later on the channel, what's inside them. They come apart. I'm going to put a second muffler up here probably. Point being, I want to make this bike run super quiet, because what I am then going to do is I'm going to do a few modifications on here, tune it up. I am going to take it to the ocean and drive it on the beach, and I want it to be whisper quiet if possible, because what I could possibly do is make this into kind of a disguise that it's kind of like an e-bike. That's my concept that I'm going to do. If I there's a way to make this super quiet by making a body piece that comes down here. I just got to make sure I get enough air for the cooling to keep the engine cool. But if I cover this up a little, I might be able to disguise it and put like e-bike. So I don't know how much trouble I'm going to get if I ride this. You see, what's really the difference if you think of it? If you're riding an e-bike, I've seen people ride them at the ocean. Okay, as long as those tires are thick enough. The good part is, this being smaller, you know, it's less offensive to people. The smaller the bike is, I'm thinking you might be able to do it. By the way, what they did, I've seen on other channels, this thing here, people say this gets very hot. This is all made with plastic. Now, the one around the muffler actually can come off. And when I do the custom exhaust, what I might do is wrap this muffler with a heat wrap for headers. I've used this on the Mustang. And then if I add on to the exhaust, I might wrap that as well. And that will keep this muffler nice. Well, it will keep this area much cooler. And I can actually take off this weird cover, which doesn't even have like the right look to it with that hole there. And I might be able to make it look a lot better. For now, one thing I did want to show you, which this is pretty cool actually. Not gonna lie, it's pretty damn cool. There's your gas tank. It looks like it has a vent. That's probably, I gotta put some of this together. There's probably a hose that you put on here to like vent the tank. Over here, when you start the engine, I want to show you this part because I just pulled it to see if it had compression. And you really can't tell, but what it does, I'm doing this with one hand. What it does is, I can feel it. It actually has a spring system in there that it will spring, and then when the spring, if you pull it faster, it will bump the engine over using the spring. So it is easy. It's much easier to pull than the Pocket Rocket, that's for sure, because that Pocket Rocket has a lot of compression. I'm assuming all these do. The 49cc two-stroke engine. That's what's on here. So this could be possibly started by a kid. You know. I'm wondering if the clutch is engaged. I don't think so. So, yeah, this is a 49cc two-stroke. And that's exactly what's in a lot of mopeds. A full-size moped would have the same engine. So, you know I'm itching to get this thing together and taking it for a test drive. You're going to see that. You're going to see it. And what I got to do is find a mount, which I may have already. Once I get it, to do the film, mount my phone or a camera to the handlebar and really be able to film it, make a good film, because the videos I search for on YouTube, I can tell you right now, there is not one video on YouTube that shows this thing working well, that it gives you a really good look about this bike. Even the manufacturer one, it's very hard. They just show the guy putting it together. One guy has his little kids riding on this thing, and the kids barely open it up. They're going on the grass, and he's like, open it up. And the kid is like, "Arr, arr." So you can't really even see how well this thing works. Oh, guess what, guys? I also have a digital speedometer that I got from Amazon with a nice big display. I bought it for my regular bicycle. You can put it on the handlebar. It's GPS run. It runs off a USB, and I have a portable battery. I'll be able to put that on here, and we can see how fast this actually goes, miles per hour. And how hopefully it can carry me, because I do weigh a lot more than the 165. It's all muscle, however. It's not fat, hopefully. Only the part in my, maybe my brain might contain some fat. So, we'll see. We'll see how this puppy works. I will post it. I will make the video. I got to get caught up on making some other videos too, like the Slick 50 oil filter. I'm ready to do that. The workshop vice is empty now, and I should be able to get going on some more stuff like that. All right, guys. Hey, this is like Christmas. Hope everyone's having a great day. Hope this brightens your day a little bit if we can get this thing going. It's always fun to get a new toy. They also, one thing before I go, they have a dirt bike for sale too. I was contemplating getting that. It actually has some suspension. I'm just wondering though, the tires on the dirt bike look thinner. They were off-road. I'm just wondering if they would sink into like beach sand too much. Now that I see this, you can see with my hand here how the tire looks. However, that's not really that good a representation because my hand is pretty large. If I can show you a comparison of the tire against something that you would know, what would be a good thing to show you? Let's see, I'm trying to do this video in one take. Okay, how about let's see if I can quickly come up with something an everyday object that people would know. A water bottle, perfect. Okay, here we go. Here's a water bottle, and you see my hand fits. I have pretty big hands, so that's why I want to show you the water bottle with the tire. The tire's a little bit wider than the water bottle. Almost the same. Hold on here. I'm going to look in person here too as I'm filming it. Yeah, I would say it's pretty close. It's a tad thicker than the water bottle. So if anyone has one of those infamous Amazon dirt bikes, let me know if you find how thick the tire is compared with a standard water bottle. The dirt bike tire to me looked a lot thinner, and this thing almost looks like a wheelbarrow type of tire. You know those? Looks like it's from a wheelbarrow, almost. But you know what? I was looking at it, and I'm like, the back tire has a special flange on it here, and over here too to bolt the chain. So I don't think you can just buy like a tire from Home Depot for a wheelbarrow or Harbor Freight. You might be able to substitute that for the front tire. They have a bearing in here on each side, pressed in. I notice one side it's not quite pressed in as far. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart. So that was my dilemma, because For the money, they were almost the same price. The dirt bike had movable suspension. This suspension is fixed. There is no suspension. And this seat, believe me, this thing is not spring loaded. This is like a piece of foam with a piece of vinyl over it. Not even foam. Maybe a very small piece of foam. I actually bought a special mat that goes over here to raise it up, and it has air pockets in it. I got it on clearance again. It was one of those Walmart items that was cheaper than Amazon. You can apparently adjust the air pressure of it, and it's for bikes in general. And if that raises it up, it may give me a little more suspension. The guys on YouTube that posted the video, the kids that rode this, they did complain. They said there's a lot of vibration. This is solid. There's no suspension. It goes right, the engine's bolted on here, right to the handlebars. There's no like rubber. A lot of motorcycles, I think they put like some kind of rubber mount to like help isolate the handlebar. So we're going to find out. I'll be honest with you when I do it. I will be honest. By the way, this decal man that puts these together might need a little more training on how to put these decals on. And the other side, he hit us up with the same kind of craftsmanship. So I don't know about that one. I might just try to peel this off, because especially if I want to make this into like an e-bike, to make it look like an e-bike. All right, guys. I am going to get cracking on this stuff, and I will see you in the next video.